Hello, I'm the DM, and you're listening to Campaign 2 of Fools and Flagons, The Tales of Acheron. We livestream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Fools&Flagons. That's Fools, the letter N, Flagons, every Friday at 7 p.m. Central for Tales of Acheron and 6 p.m. Central for Storm King's Chaos. If you'd like to join our community and talk not just about D&D, but other games as well, consider joining our Discord. The links can be found below in the description. Do you like us? Like, really, really like us? Consider donating to our coffee page at ko-fi.com/Fools&Flagons. The links can also be found in the description. Donations and memberships are never required and always appreciated. We have no gated content for members only, and all proceeds go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it helps to keep the podcast alive and well. Are you ready for some D&D? All right then. Grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for the Fools and Flagons podcast.
Grab your drink and raise your glass. Make a mess and kick some ass. Dungeon Master has no chance. It's time for Fools and Flagons. Raid the dungeons and slay the dragon. Sharpen your sword and prep your wagons. There'll be death and tons of magic. It's time for Fools and Flagons. Time for Fools and Flagons. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Baby, you have big biceps.
Hi everyone, welcome to Nim's Big Biceps.
Yay.
You
I
need
was
things
baited
lifted
for
up and
that.
maybe put down a little bit later, but there's your guy right down here. Well, hello everyone and welcome to Fools and Flagons. Tonight we're going to continue on with the Tales of Acheron, and we are getting really close to our 100th session, which is kind of nuts to think about. We got the 3D walrus over there, which I now realize that he won't get because he's colorblind, and that was just joke in poor taste. Anyway, so we've had a very long week. A lot of us have a very long week, so we're going to blow through the announcements real quick so that we can get to the fun part. If you're watching us on Twitch, we want to thank you for your subscriptions, bits, and twits.
You good?
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be one of those nights.
Merp.
Yeah. Follows, subscriptions, and bits. We do apologize that we will not be recognizing them verbally for the sake of not interrupting the story, but there will be plenty of people in the chat that will be able to chat with you as I'm waxing poetic and juggling a bajillion fucking things.
Yo.
Present and accounted for. So, we also want to give a big thank you to Martyr, who's actually in the chat today. Hi, Martyr. Gelatinous Cube, Cargo, and Spazoid for being our tavern members over on our coffee page. Your support of us is very much appreciated, and we cannot thank you enough. Everything that you guys do to support us goes back into Fools and Flagons. I don't touch a dime of it unless it's for D&D related things. Your support of us is very much appreciated, and if you want to be one of the members, on the bar stools, consider our coffee page. Links are down below. And also, if you liked our little intro jingle, you should go check out Nick Black Music when you have some time. He's the one that did it. He's going through a EDM phase, which is really kind of cool. Anyone else got anything?
Well.
I don't think that UFL football is going to be a problem this season. I think pretty much everything is Saturdays and Sundays for me. So we should have no athletic interruptions.
Radical.
Tubular, dude.
So Cobra.
What?
I don't know. Bruh.
Are we
Yeah.
coming up with a new slang term? It's so Cobra.
So cool, bro, is what I just.
I heard so Cobra.
Oh, no.
I heard what I heard. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Yeah, my elbow.
That was your elbow?
Yep.
Nim's bringing a new definition to self-harm.
Cappuccino.
Are you putting on your gamer glove?
Yeah, my gamer gloves have been put on.
Are you having alcohol, baby?
Just water.
Okay, I'll drink for the both of us.
What's the chemical compound of Floridian water? Is there like a certain helping of meth in there?
Fluoride and limestone.
and liquid gator.
Ah. Little
It is
seasoning.
Shark
Gator
spit.
Day.
Zach, you're awfully quiet.
No, I'm not. You're quiet.
Liar.
Okay. All right. So, last we left off, the Tempests were nearing the end of their quest to deliver healing moss to a blighted town along the coast of Kudong Harbor in Takatari. Along the way, they picked up a new ally, Lakin, who had promised to aid in their journey if they would return the favor in the near future. As they helped to distribute the healing brew made from the Yutsushige moss, they encountered a family of elves with a child that bore a striking resemblance to one of their own, the orphaned Moriko. With many questions being asked and receiving only partial answers from the sick and somewhat delirious father of the household, the Tempests busied themselves with distributing the cure to the rest of the village. The son of the Idos, Haru, had supposedly gone out to fish earlier that morning, and as dusk settled in, he had not yet returned. Tamami, the younger daughter, said that this was not terribly unusual, as her brother sometimes took a rest out on the water and would drift to nearby towns along the currents. Moriko, however, was a little bit ill at ease and made the very tough choice to meditate towards her ancestral deity, Aerin. The elven god spoke clearly to Moriko and warned of impending danger, though remained somewhat cryptic as to who or why. Fearing the worst, Moriko convinced the others with very minimal effort to help her try and find Haru, the only one currently unaccounted for. The Tempests then broke the cardinal rule and split the party. Not just split the party, split it 3 ways. Eventually leaving Kasumi alone to have a lovely cup of tea with Tamami, while the rest of the Tempests battled fires and dove headlong into a gaping sinkhole that had swallowed part of the neighboring coastline to rescue survivors. We rejoin the Tempests now as they recover their strength to delve once more into the hole. So, if I remember, there were some conflicting things of how we were going to end the last session. Some people were saying they were ready for a long rest. Other people said that they had something to do before or during the long rest. The floor is yours.
Short rest for Lakin.
Okay.
I couldn't remember. Let me take a peek here. I think
I vaguely remember you being completely laid out saying, I need a nap. Please, God, help me. I need a nap.
Yes, but what I mean is I think I've already swapped stuff around so that when we started this session, I had the spells that I wanted to
Gotcha.
start this.
I did the same thing.
No, that's perfectly fine. I did give you the warning that would be the time to those of you that could swap your spells to go ahead and swap your spells for
Pez would like to swap the spell with power word
Die.
kill.
No. That's not how this is
That's a
going to
good
work. That is not how this will work.
Since Kasumi did a whole lot of nothing besides drinking tea and being scared shitless from an undead shark she was forced to ride on, she is pretty much kind of going around to tend, or at least check in on the people that were wounded, and the people that we brought up from the hole.
Okay. The ones that had been rescued from the hole didn't have life-threatening injuries. A lot of scrapes, a broken bone here or there, but for the most part, everyone has been tended to, and as you get further on into the night, even they're reaching some form of restful sleep. Though there are a few that are having to take up residence in other structures as their own home had been consumed by the sinkhole.
Oh, that's right. Kasumi was also going to put out the camp
Oh,
from her
okay.
backpack.
All right.
So she was going to put that out kind of around the group, especially the ones that wanted to take long rests out of our little party, so
Okay.
that they had a safe spot to go to sleep.
Moriko's taking a power trance.
Okay. So,
I only need 1 hour.
correct. Pez?
Do we know where Tanaka is?
No.
Oh, cool, he's dead. Alright.
He's like, not my problem.
Yeah.
He's
Pretty
dead. Oh, okay.
Right.
I guess I'll take first watch if we are doing watches.
Are you doing watches?
After that, I'm just gonna play in the mud.
I mean, after the hour, I'm up. So it's up to you guys.
What time is it? It's like
It's
almost
getting on into
midnight,
nighttime.
ain't it?
Yeah, it's well into the middle of the night.
Moriko
How
only
long
needs
is-
like 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You need 4 hours. You need 1 hour. Did anyone else need hours, or is 4 hours good enough? Like a
Zon.
short, long rest, or long, short rest.
If Zahn wants his spell slots back, he's gonna need the full 8.
Which is like all of them. He burned like 6 spell slots on 1 spell.
Are you able to breathe in an oxygenless environment?
See, that's a trick question because there's technically oxygen in water.
Well, I was more thinking about the hole. Wait, is that this campaign?
What hole? You mean the hole?
Pocket
That...
hole.
What?
The pocket hole. Is that this campaign?
Oh, you mean the rope? Like the rope trick that Kasumi can do?
Oh, there's that. I think that might have been. No, yeah, that was the other campaign with
Oh,
Olmec. But yeah, the
Oh
rope
yeah,
trick.
yeah. We put it in the bottom of the mug. I know what you're talking about
Mm.
now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, the rope trick. What can that do?
Well, I don't know if we would need it with the camp being here. But, I mean, the rope, pause for me to read. Because it's been a minute since I've used it.
Hold, please. Weird.
Um,
Like an otter was talking to us.
that, the emergency hidey hole in the sky with the rope only lasts for an hour.
That is a good thing to keep in our back pocket, just in case if we are running into any wormular-looking critter.
Yes. But the camp is out. That'll be out for 8 hours.
Oh, I had to resist the urge to make a joke.
What is stopping you? That apparently.
So, at least we'll need 4 hours.
At least you'll need 8 hours for Zahn.
Well, I mean, at max. Well, our brain. I'm just gonna plop my butt in the sand and build a sandcastle.
Pez starts trying to do time math, gives up, and starts building a mud hut.
I'm not going to be the one leading this dungeon crawl.
Okay. So, you all lay down for a bit of a rest. Lakin, an hour goes by. What are you doing?
I will traverse over to the hole. And I'm basically just going to wait for the rest of the party
Cannibal!
to finish whatever they're doing. I mean, I could do that, but I'm going to wait at the entrance of the hole. I'm going to see if anything comes out of it, any other creatures, if I hear any people, any discerning sounds coming from down there. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. What you hear for most of the next 3 hours while Moriko is finishing up her rest is mostly the incessant rushing of water. It's just a waterfall, just constantly falling in, and it's drowning out most any other noises that you would be hearing. The unmistakable scent of decay is still wafting up, but you find it difficult to recognize or notice it because you're so used to that smell. If you think about it, you notice it and it's there, but then you just kind of lapse into thought and just like, smelled it before 100 times. Meh.
Very well. I mean, basically, I can't do anything until these guys are ready, so.
Okay. So, Moriko, you finish your trance long enough for you to swap out your spells, get your spell slots back and everything. And when you come to consciousness, the only reason that you weren't woken up by Zon snoring this time is because of the sound of the waterfall. You look around. You look around, you see the familiar floofy tails of Kasumi. Pez is half asleep, face down in mud. Normal. You look around for a minute and you see the now familiar outline of Lakin a few yards away, standing next to the sinkhole. Is there anything you'd like to do?
She is going to get up and just go stand with Lakin.
Okay. Just standing there, you're not going to do boulder parchment shears or...
She's gonna sit there a second and she's gonna look up at him and is like, thank you for not letting me drown.
You would have found a way yourself. You did not need me.
Yes, thank Lakin. The guy not holding back the whole deluge of water.
I can't
Shut
swim.
up, 8-hour guy.
I can't swim, so I would have drowned.
But you can turn into things that can.
Kinda have to see him first.
You saw my shark.
I don't know if I can turn into an undead thing.
Perhaps a living version.
Please turn into Jeff. A pink Jeff.
Provide an in-game Jeff and she can try.
Moriko, you are stronger than you give yourself credit for.
Adrenaline tends to overpower the fear, but the fear is still there.
Fear. It is a good friend to have.
A very intimidating one if it is a friend.
Oh, but it is. If you did not fear, you would not survive.
Fair. Do you think Haru's actually down there, or we just happen to come across a different chaos situation?
This bay is very large. If happenstance that he was somewhere else on the water, then that is a good thing. We will arrive back after dealing with whatever it is that is down in this hole to a unified family.
Hopefully. But I really hope what's down there is not another one of those slithery worm things like we fought in Aslan. It was not fun, but I did kind of make it try to run away and it failed.
You kind of made it your bitch.
I scared the DM is what I did.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, 1 second.
1 second later.
Can I, appear behind them and just look into the hole? Not say anything, just like between them.
Sorry, are you not taking a rest?
I mean, I took like a 4-hour power nap.
I mean, if you don't want to suffer a point of exhaustion, you're going to need more than 4 hours.
Well, I'm still asleep then. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
dead to the world.
He's dead.
Snoring in the mud.
blowing mud bubbles. If there's nothing else that anyone wants to do, we can fast forward to the point where consciousness comes back to the rest of you. The dull roar of the water is still falling from the bay into the sinkhole. You get up, there's plenty of movement and activity around the area. Many things are being, many of the buildings nearer to the sinkhole edge are being evacuated. People are being moved. There's already discussions about temporary lodging, where they're going to build replacement homes, things of that nature. The wounded that had been somewhat nearby, kind of like rushed to be stabilized, have been moved elsewhere to a safer location. The five of you are basically the only ones still staying so close to the sinkhole. Like, all the other ships have been moved. There's a few other guard patrols that are just kind of keeping an eye out. No one's really bothered you, because who in their right mind would set up a campsite next to a sinkhole? No one's really messing with you because no one wants to be near the hole.
I thought it was because of my smell.
For all they know, you just crop dusted them. I don't know. So,
It's true.
it's now in the early hours of the morning, having not needed to take separate watches. You're able to get your sleep done sooner, so it's fairly early in the morning, but the day is yours.
Once everyone's awake, Moriko's going to gather everyone together. It's like, I know this won't really matter much to Lakin, but I can allow us to breathe underwater if we need to.
Well, what do you mean?
I can make it to where when you're underwater, you can breathe like you're breathing normal air. Like a fish.
That
But
would
you
be
can still
really
breathe no
weird.
more air.
Your question's this: when I let you walk on water?
I didn't like that either.
I kind of saw what was down there, and it was a lot of water, and to go deeper, we may have to go under the water.
Did I change that spell now that I think about it?
So better
no, I
safe
didn't
than
forget.
sorry, I can make it to where we will be okay if we go under the water.
How long does that last?
Under
Yeah.
the sea.
24 hours.
Oh.
Damn!
It'll
There
take
go my
me about...
plans!
It'll take me about 10 minutes to cast it.
I mean,
It's just under the sea on loop for 10 minutes.
Yep.
did you
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
did you want to cast it now?
Sure.
Um,
Better to have us prepared.
I mean,
You'll still be
We
able
will
to
have
breathe
to go
normally.
under the surf.
I'd rather not drowned, so I suppose it wouldn't be a bad thing.
well, I was just going to say hold it so we know if we are going to need it, but
We're about to plummet into a hole that's filled with water.
And once we're down there, we'll never know if we're gonna get ambushed at any point.
yeah.
And I don't plan on spending more than a day down there in that weird hole.
Well, then you might want to prepare harder.
Just to clarify, Lakin, you won't need me to do this to you as well, right?
No, I do not breathe.
Okay, so Moriko's gonna work on casting water breathing on the other 4 of them, including herself.
Okay. And Fluff?
And Fluff.
Just checking.
And Fluff.
I would keep Fluff out of the hole, Rick.
I don't know where else to keep Fluff at the moment.
Send her to Tamami.
Moriko's gonna pause for a second, fish the Fluff out of the hair, and just like... Since Fluff can communicate basically telepathically with Moriko, she's gonna be like, you sure you can be able to get there safe in one piece?
He kind of does like a little circle in your hands and plops his butt down, looking a little bit of like I got this.
Okay, go. Make sure she's safe.
Just take it.
Fluff, fluff, fluff. No, she's gonna like hold up.
Just love the idea of you just going, all right, go get her.
Yeet. Tactical Fluff.
You great in pillow fights. You see Fluff kind of start flapping at the wings, pretty much completely silent, and just starts to take off towards where the Ito home is. You see there's a little bit of difficulty as he gets a little bit too close to the top of the hole, and it kind of buffets him a little bit, but then he just kind of like veers off further to the south away from the edge of it, and he very, very quickly disappears off into the distance.
In the distance.
He's gonna be okay, he's gonna be okay. She's gonna keep trying to focus on the spell.
Unless there are any hawks out there.
I could very quickly take away your water breathing privilege.
He'll be fine. He'll be great.
All right, is anyone else doing anything in the 10 minutes it takes Moriko to cast the spell? Any other preparations you guys need to do?
Dungeon Master, how wide in circumference is the sinkhole?
It's a couple hundred feet from side to side. It's you even watch it over the night as the water is coming in. It's pulling more.
Okay. Is it getting bigger because of the water friction?
It seems to be from the water, yes. Because when you first went down there, it was an absolute deluge. The water has slowed down some, but it is still going into the hole.
Okay. I need a village elder.
There's plenty of elderly folk wandering around further away from the hole, more towards this particular village's central pier area.
This will only take a minute. I'll be right back. And I turn around and walk towards the village.
Okay. Are you specifically looking for an older person, or just someone that
Somebody,
looks like
somebody that's in charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one person that you walk up to. There's a small gaggle of people, and he seems to be the one kind of directing, taking in requests, pointing them in a direction. And as he kind of turns to look at you, you can see that there's deep bags under his eyes. Very likely he did not get much rest at all the night previously. But he is actually, he's having to look up at you. Yes. Hello?
I'll drop down to a knee in front of him so he's not craning. My friend, I have a request to make of you and your people.
I don't know who you are, stranger, but I have my hands full with other requests. If I can do it, I can try.
We are the ones who pulled out the people from in the sinkhole. I am Lakin.
It is good to see you. I am Hikaru. Thank you.
My request is to save yourselves. This sinkhole will only get larger if it is not impeded. Your people have the capability to build a dam, yes?
We are aware of the trouble. We have already evacuated the area and we have sent a request for engineers to come from Chonsu with the supplies to do just as you ask, but our runners are only so quick.
The hole will continue to stretch and get larger in the time it takes. I would not be surprised if more of the settlements further down the edge should be warned as well if you have more runners.
He looks behind you towards the hole and he gestures from it to then behind him, and you can see that apart from the people that are running around grabbing things, there's no what looks to be families or anything in the immediate area. It's all able-bodied men that are gathering things, loading it onto carts, and moving.
I was talking about the other villages that may not be aware of it.
Oh, you need not worry of this. We are not leaving our own high and dry with this.
It was a loss.
We have this well in hand.
Very well. We will go into the hole again to see if there are any survivors further in.
You are braver than I.
It is for a friend.
There are many who we think went into the hole and did not come back, so I hope you have success. Even word, though it may be not what we want to hear, is better than knowing nothing at all.
One more question before I leave you. Do you know of a man named Haru?
He pauses for a moment to think, then he shakes his head. No one that I can think of, but there are many who pass through.
Just a fisherman like many. He is someone of great importance to us. But thank you for your time. You are busy, and you look like you need rest, friend.
I will sleep when I am dead.
That makes Lakin chuckle, like, audibly loud. I bid him farewell and go back to the party.
He gives a deep bow to you, seeming very, very thankful for what you've already done for the surrounding village, and he goes back into doing all the tasks that he was stuck with. So,
Right.
Short time later, Lakin comes jogging back, seemingly a bit chuffed about something.
337, 338. That was a lot longer than 1 minute.
Zoomies, sorry.
Oh, Skull has zoomies.
Yes, he just full on like galloped into here and shoved his toy in my face.
Good boy.
Go on.
My apologies.
Yep.
I said my apologies to Warriors On.
Ah, good. You admit your faults. Now we can move on.
Has it been 10 minutes?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
By the time Lakin had left, gone, found someone that looked important, talked to them, and come back, you're just in the final processes of casting it as Zahn is mouthing off again.
Okay. You can breathe underwater now.
Do I got gills? How does this work?
You just breathe like you normally do, but underwater.
mean,
Shove
you
my
already-
head underwater.
Oh.
Oh my god. Pez is drowning.
So, let me ask you this. Because the water has started to recede because a lot of it is going down the hole. There's a large stretch of just mud. So are you actually going to find water, or do you just assume that mud is water because that's how you bathe? So you really just shoved your face into mud?
Yeah.
Okay. He goes, really? Bubbles start to come up. It hurts to breathe.
But
But
pull
you
my head
can.
back out, and then just like giant glob of mud falls out of my mouth.
Just bleh.
That's not water, that's mud.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that is not water.
We tarry too long.
Okay, let's go down the hole. How are we planning to go down the hole? Are we gonna do the Moriko ferry service again?
Is that something that you can do more than once?
For that kind of form, yes.
How many times though?
1 second. How long is this? How deep is the hole?
Hundreds of feet.
At least that much.
Oh, okay. I have 60 feet of rope.
Is that deep enough?
I don't know.
No, it is not deep enough. I think we may have to go with that plan, Moriko.
Is there
That's
water at the
fine.
bottom?
There
There's
is
a lot of
sharp
sharp.
sliding rocks.
Yeah.
Yes, it's bad.
I mean, you can use the rope if you want to, Zon, but I think I'm gonna let Moriko help me.
Okay. Moriko, you could definitely help us.
Okay. Now, since I have to do this to get us in, and probably to get us out, fair warning, I won't be able to turn into a giant elemental to help, but I can do other stuff.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
being underground caves most likely, so you probably wouldn't fit regardless.
I mean, earth elemental, but she's gonna change back into the Quetzal.
I love that Moriko gets that one slight little jab back at Zon and then turns into something that wouldn't be able to speak again.
Wait, I didn't say what elemental. I just said it would be tight. Ah!
Okay. You have a giant pink Quetzalcoatlus again.
Go, Kobold!
Tactical kobold.
He's got nature's glue though, so just kind of like just stuck to Moriko's
Oh.
fur.
Now he's got mud all over. Ugh.
That was your
Done.
seed.
Up.
And Moriko has like moved a wing down to where they could climb up onto the back.
All right, so everybody loads up onto the back of Moriko.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You have a second to shift, make sure that they're all good, and then
Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Then she just kind of like walks over to the and just dips in, wings folded, and just straight down.
Splash Island! Yay!
dive bomb.
Some people are panicking, some people are having fun. Yes.
While we're blind, Zon goes up to the head of the Quetzal and pokes it and casts light. So I don't know how dark it's going to be.
So, as you are plummeting, you're trying to move up the back of the Quetzal as you are plummeting straight down. Is that a yes?
Yes, I am. Very
Just shimmy
slowly.
up the neck.
Down the neck, but yes.
I need you to make an athletics check for me.
Oh.
Guidance!
The consequences of my actions. You said guidance? Oh, that wasn't terrible.
Yep, I slap you in the back of the head when I do it.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, Falco Weinstein.
And you said, what was this? Athletics?
Athletics.
Oh, no, because I don't. Plus. Oh,
It's
never
D4.
mind. Plus 7. 22, 23, 24.
Okay, so Lakin, you're latched on, you're ready to go, and you see Zahn start to like shimmy around you, and he's on a mission. He's crawling on the fur and he's going, and you're just like, what? And you try to stop him, but he's slippery, and he just gets past you and like, just fuck it, I can guidance, and he's just like, ha, hoo, ha. And he starts to shimmy up the neck, and then he gets there, and Moriko, you're just like, what is this rabbit do? And you're just like a headlight.
Oh, Zahn thinks about it.
Now he's on,
Starts-
he's like wrapped around your neck on next to your crest, and it's just like, I have made choices.
So how are you doing?
What you hear is
She's making a mental note to call him a dumbass later.
so
Just gonna stay here.
I
finally-
had Featherfall ready to go.
I'm still falling.
And
Eventually-
Pez, if you allow it, I have him here in my jacket.
Cozy warm.
You are probably the most familiar with the sinkhole at this point, Moriko. You've gone down enough times as the Quetzal to get the people in the middle of the night. You're familiar with how long it takes you to get down there, so even without your headlight now, as you get closer to the bottom, you know to start flaring your wings and slowing down and beginning a circular descent, which you still have to be careful of because you're fucking huge. And while the hole is equally massive, it would still be very easy to just slam your wing into one of it and break one of your brittle bird bones. But again, with how often you had done it the night previously, you're fairly confident, and there's daylight this time. You can see somewhat down to the bottom. And Zahn, this is the first time, you and Kasumi, this is the first time you're seeing, but they weren't lying. The bottom of this sinkhole is just jagged and smooth rocks that where you can just see the water is cascading through and under and around. Trying to stand up would be nearly impossible with the force of the water passing over this area. So Moriko, you are the one that's flying. What's the plan? Are you going to where the ship had originally been, where they had been taking refuge? What's the plan here?
Trying to go down as far as I can, closer to like when it started to like dip in.
Okay.
And try to find as safe of a landing spot as she can with the rushing water.
Okay. You recall in your times going down, you'd seen a little bit of a ways down past where the survivors were, but you hadn't actually traveled down there yet. Lakin
Went
had
down
gone.
there with Lakin.
Did you fly with him? I thought Lakin went on his own as you were getting the people out.
No, after we got the people out, Moriko went back down and went down to the bottom with Lakin.
Okay, and I don't remember that, and that's on me.
Pretty sure.
Lakin, can you corroborate?
I remember teleporting down to the base where the water reservoir had filled its highest. And on the partway return trip is when I was intercepted by Moriko and Quetzalcoatl form.
Yeah, I have that
That's
down
right.
here too. You
Okay.
were on your
Okay.
way back and she bumped into you.
Okay.
So,
Brain no thinky.
That's okay.
no,
It's
that's
been
perfectly fine. It's been 2 weeks. Like,
Also, work
hard.
has been
How dare
hell.
you?
Oh, damn.
hap, no work, dunda.
And,
So, you get around to the point where you had encountered Lakin. You are looking for a safe place to land. While there is still a decent amount of water here, it's not rushing nearly as quickly this far down. It's kind of you could wade into it, and if you lost your footing, you might fall, but it's not going to sweep you away.
okay.
With you being the size that you are, you'd probably be able to land and be, part way up your arm. Zahn might be about chest height
Mhm.
for him. same with Pez. They'd be probably the ones most in danger of being swept away, but you cast water breathing on them, so theoretically, they're fine. But as far as a safe place to land, there is no safe spot here. There's just less deep.
We're no longer in a steep dive, right?
No, she long since leveled off.
Mm-hmm.
With the amount of air that's kind of been coming down, she's not having to flap as much. There's enough wind current that she's able to just sort of coast for a bit, but it is beginning to get closer and tighter, and sooner rather than later, the flapping is going to be very difficult to continue.
I would try to talk Moriko through this
in
her Quetzal form. Let her know, hey, you're going to be coming up to the end. It's going to be a basin of water that you'll see, and that'll signify where you're at the end of what we can fly through.
And you're able to understand him, you just can't talk back.
Yeah, Moriko's gonna follow his instructions as close to a T as she can.
Are the rest of you doing anything while you're flying through the tunnel here?
Riding.
When we finally come to a stopping point where it looks like Moriko's starting to trying to find her footing, before she bamfs out of form, Kasumi is going to go into fox form and jump on Lakin's shoulder.
Okay. I mean, there's a decent amount of time where Moriko gets to the point where Lakin says, you're not going to be able to go much further. It's a straight drop. So you feel the shuddering lurch as Moriko lands on all fours and is just kind of just squatting in the small little creek water that you've got going on here.
Yep.
She's not just I assume she's not just going to bamf into human form and just let you fall in.
You have a shoulder fox.
And I have
Shoulder
a shoulder
fox.
kobold.
So shoulder fox, chest bold. Yeah.
And a bunny.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the plan? Everyone is basically climbed up onto Lakin's back except for Moriko, who now I kind of want to see some fan art of a Quetzal on the back of a giant orc. That would be fucking hilarious to see.
Good luck.
But what's the plan here?
Once everyone gets off her back, Moriko's gonna go back to human form.
Okay.
Slide down the wing.
Yeah. When you standing in there, it's high up your thighs, not quite up to your waist. But as you kind of take a step, you can feel you kind of slump down a little bit because it's not flat ground. You're having to go pretty much step by step. It's a bit treacherous. It's not even footing by any stretch of the imagination.
There are claws digging into your shoulder.
No, that's fine.
I mean, he already experienced it with Moriko on the back of the shark, so...
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure the kobold's done it too.
He's
He's
probably
got
taking a nap.
piercings.
The kobold is very good at pretending he's Velcro. I'll give him that. Right. So, Lakin, you, I'm assuming, are approaching the end of the tunnelway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Moriko, are you back in your normal form?
Yeah, wait, once Moriko shifts back, does she still have the headlight on her forehead?
I would say no, because
Okay.
it's a fundamentally different
Form?
physicality. Yeah.
Okay.
So Zon, for you, it's dark again, really dark, like nothing there. Clear. So you did it to yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So anytime someone says Zon's name, you get flashbanged by his headlight as he turns to look at you.
So, what?
Okay. What's the plan?
Walk to where there is no more places to walk, and then we dive.
Okay.
But he thinks it's true. Top of his ear.
Oh, do it like in the top middle so you can like rotate it around like a spotlight.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. Okay.
I may need to see multiple directions. Let's go.
So, those of you that are on Lakin, you start to see the water getting higher and higher up the orc. By the time it's shoulder height, Moriko, you're already just kind of treading water. Or unless you want to go ahead and dive in and start.
She's actually like underwater walking along the bottom. You know how like in Princess Mononoke?
Yeah.
How to avoid the thing, they're like literally walking on the bottom of the floor.
So you've gone full Captain Jack Sparrow and you're just walking the bottom of the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because she can't swim.
Fair. All right. So you all submerge. Lakin, this is normal for you.
Mhm.
How are the rest of you handling this? Moriko's just gone right in, happy hunky dory.
Not great.
Let's say Zahn swims all the time. Being able to swim for longer than he can hold his breath feels awkward, but he can do it. Is everybody going to be okay? Other than the ones that are already in there?
I mean, technically you can, but it'd be garbled speech.
Well, Pez is having like a full-on panic and anxiety attack because there's liquid in his lungs.
Yeah.
It is okay, Pez. I always have liquid in my lung.
Wait, with it being magic, as they breathe it in, would it be converted into oxygen?
Yeah, there's no noticeable change in the way that you're breathing. It might be just a little bit thicker, like when you're running in like heavy humidity. But for the sake of the spell, since it is magic, no, there's no real noticeable change. Like you don't have that like panic moment of like, oh, there's actually water going in me. It's just kind of, oh, I can breathe. But
Invisible oxygen bubble around your face.
No, that's a different spell.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, still, Pez is
It's really high.
an anxiety attack.
Not about breathing water, but about getting wet.
Yeah, Kasumi's not thrilled about being under the water. And she's still in fox form.
So, are they small enough to be considered worn objects on Lakin?
They are not objects.
Are they small
Don't
enough to be considered
objectify
water?
me.
How clear is the water down here?
Not clear because the mud and dirt are just
It
wafting
is-
from me.
Silt everywhere.
It's not even just Pez. Like, had it been clear, Pez would have been the problem. But this is murky. You really can't see much in front of your face.
Moriko
Nice.
is holding on to a piece of Lakin's clothing.
Son's just going in the direction he thinks everyone went.
You're
thought
the
you were
one with the
still on
light.
Lake.
You have the beacon on your head.
You're like, this is murky water. Have you ever been in really murky water that's lit up? It's worse.
But I thought you were still
you
on
were
Lakin's
still on
shoulder.
me.
I was never on you. I was around that one's neck.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what is the marching order here?
Technically
Okay.
second because she's behind Lakin.
Technically one.
The kobold is on me, so we're 1.5.
So, LKP. Then we've got Zahn, then Moriko, I guess?
I don't know where I am in the order.
Moriko probably would have like grabbed Son's wrist and just like chain gang.
Okay.
Like when you're a kid, you're on a field trip, you want to make sure you don't get lost in the crowd. You're just like holding arms together.
Okay.
Cooties, no!
So, you walk for a long while. A seemingly endless stretch of cloudy, murky water. You occasionally see bits of movement, come to realize that it's just one of Kasumi's tails just swaying in the gloom. There's bits of detritus. There you can see every now and then, if you kind of like do a little bit of a bound, you can reach the ceiling, just kind of still checking for air, and it's just solid rock. Whatever stretch you're in has been completely and totally flooded. even those of you that had a really good lung capacity, you would be struggling to swim this and not run out of air. Moriko, what's your passive perception again? Isn't it like a bajillion?
25.
25? You would notice this more than the rest of them, even through the gloom. There's just that sense of movement, a presence that you weren't expecting there to be, and there's that panic of like, what the fuck is that? It looks like
that.
It looks like a leg in the gloom. You just see a foot and something attached to it above you.
No, I don't like that.
And you said we can't really speak. It's kind of just.
You can speak, but it's difficult because you are trying. Your vocal cords are trying to vibrate water.
I mean, in real life, I have actually tried to talk underwater.
Same.
It's very garbled.
Mm-hmm.
Because kids, we all tried.
I mean, at the very least, you would be able to let out an exclamation of surprise or make a noise to get someone's attention, but as far as being able to properly speak, no.
Does that happen, Moriko?
Mariko's, instead of like making an exclamation, she's gonna tug at Lakin's shirt or clothing and just like point up where she senses the leg.
Can I reach up and grab it?
Yeah. It's you can't like from the bottom reach up and grab it. It's up there. You could definitely swim up a little bit and get to it, but okay. Sorry, I just wanted to still give a scale of the tunnel that you're currently in.
Okay.
So, Kasumi, on Lakin's shoulder, all of a sudden, you feel him go up, and his arm lifts, which kind of makes you tilt a little bit to one side. And as he comes down, you see a boot in his hand. As he comes back down to the bottom, there's a body still attached to it.
Perfect.
You see many, many lacerations and cuts. None of them are leaking. Whatever blood he had has long since drained out.
Okay, this is gonna creep you guys out. I grab the torso and the head and bring it like face to face with me.
Mm-hmm.
I open up my mouth and a ghostly link goes and encompasses the skull of the person.
Mm-hmm.
And I cast Speak with Dead.
Okay.
There are panicked, gargled sounds of a fox on your shoulder right now.
I'm trying to imagine the sound of a panicking, chirping, laughing. Well, I say laughing, but you know, the excited fox sounds, but it's like
screaming
angry.
fox.
I can't see any of this. I'm not bothered.
Mariko's gonna like try to reach for the Kasumi.
Because Lakin, you're able to cast without somatic components.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I am a warlock of Seto.
Yeah. I'm trying to debate on whether or not the dead figure would be able to reply in an intelligible manner.
I mean, isn't it more like telepathic?
Speak with dead? No.
Oh.
So I will leave that up to you if you still want to try to cast a spell or if you want to save the spell slot, but the voice...
It doesn't cost me a spell slot. I do that at will.
Fuck me then. So you... Much to... Pez, are you bothered by this? Because he's kind of holding it right in front of you as well.
I mean, other than just being jump scared by a corpse's face in my face, this is just a regular Tuesday for me. I mean, I've been inside a zombie T-Rex.
That's fair.
So.
I mean, fair.
You corpse dived for hamburger.
There was a whole like title for that one. So you cast the spell, Kasumi, you just seeing this semi-bloated face that had been completely still, it seems the whole body seems to just suck in more water. And the mouth kind of moves a little bit like it's trying to breathe again. The eyes are just kind of stuck in the weird cattywampus directions that it's looking.
Did this spell work?
It seems to. The body's moving, not of your puppetry.
Mm-hmm. I would bring the face directly up to mine.
Now, Kith.
What killed you?
You see the mouth. Oh?
Oh,
Oh. Oh.
AFK. He got AFK'd.
Yeah. Okay, so turn your volume up to where you have it normally, James. Everyone else turn him down to 1. He can't be
That's what I
muted.
did.
That's fine. I turned it down to 1 when you said it.
Yeah, so James, put your volume back up to wherever you were before Zach asked you about that.
Good copy.
Yeah. You see the mouth moving, but there's no sound. There's the sense of vibration. I see a finger.
Can Moriko see the mouth at all?
You did point out the body. Would Moriko go up to him?
Well, did Lakin like go up and then float back down, or did he
Yes.
stay
No,
up
he
there?
with his body weight, he was able to pull it back down.
I'm thick.
Moriko is freaked out, but she is watching. So
Okay.
can she see the lips moving?
With your perception check, yeah. Or with your general perception.
If she can see the lips moving, she can understand what the person's saying. Observant.
Yeah, sorry, no,
Observer.
I'm not saying because of you. I'm trying to think like I guess that wouldn't technically work with Lakin's abilities because it has to be a spoken language. So Lakin, you would feel the vibrations trying to make the sounds. Moriko, you being able to read the lips, stiff though they may be, you read it saying basically rocks, pain, drowning. You weren't entirely sure what Lakin had said, but you see the mouth moving at that point. And it's pretty
Well,
easy to
if she
confer.
can see my mouth, she could hear what I'm saying, right?
Were you
I
looking
think
at his mouth?
she's slightly behind you. I think she's more like looking at the dead thing to see what the dead thing does. She
I
can
mean,
make
the
an
thing's here.
I'm just
Yeah,
because
you're making us
I'm
do
trying to
an
keep in mind of
observation.
where people are standing in the order and all of it. So just trying to keep things thematic here, but
Yeah.
we'll say for the sake of the argument that now that she knows that the mouth is moving and things are being said, she can start going back and forth.
Volleyball.
Yeah, ping pong it. So, 4 more questions.
Did you see any carried on further?
Moriko, you see too dark, only pain. No sound, but water rushing.
Okay.
Those guys pretty much fucking useless.
Was that a question?
No, it was a statement.
Are you fucking useless?
Yes.
Did you have family?
Yes.
What are their names?
John,
Do you wish to protect John?
No.
Okay. After that, the magic releases, the ghastly energy goes back inside Lakin. I let the body go.
Let's go with the flesh balloon.
No.
Did Zahn see any of this? Or did everybody just stop?
You would probably have seen it. Getting close enough, you'd see... Keeping as close as you can to everyone else, it was murky, but with your little head beam, you'd be able to see something.
I think there were things happening. This water is murky.
Lakin was making out with a corpse. Kind of gross.
Necrophilia.
Okay. Continuing on. All right.
I hope so. I don't wanna
Moriko's
stay
still
here
being
all
the
day.
linking chain.
You walk what feels to be another 5 to 10 minutes. Still completely dark. And then you kind of start to notice that you're stumbling a bit more. You're having to lift your legs higher. It seems to be a finally reaching an upward slope, but it's slow and gradual.
I start Hulk leaping, baby.
Oh, God.
So Moriko's holding on, fucking grabbing Zahn by the back of his collar, just going nuts. You bound further up, and eventually, with your supreme dark vision, though there is no light, you do see what looks to be the rippling of water that is touching air.
I grab the kobold off my chest, and I hold about a good 1.5 feet underneath the water and slowly lift the kobold's head up.
Do you just gator kobold?
Like a Navy SEAL.
Up periscope.
I was about to say, just made a cobalt periscope out of them.
So, thankfully, there's no one around. Otherwise, there would have been complete and total silence, and then just semi-glowing orange orbs just appearing
And
from
bubbles.
the water surface. I mean, I guess technically not even really bubbles. I mean, because all of it's out of them.
I just picture him blowing bubbles just for the shits and
Oh, okay. You know what? Fair. I'll give you that one. Just a little.
As a scope.
So Pez, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Perception.
Disgrace.
I don't even know where that came from. I know Kayla started doing it, but I don't remember like.
Lion King 2.
Oh, well, that would explain it.
Except it's deception, not perception.
Oh.
Issa, your dice are phenomenal.
You're welcome.
That would be a 18 plus 6. So
24. You peer around. There doesn't seem to be anything in the immediate vicinity from where you are, just the tunnel continuing forward.
But this air pocket's pretty big, right?
This air pocket is the end of the underwater trek. Wherever the tunnel is going, it just goes. Like,
Okay.
there's about another 60-ish feet of water, and then dry land.
Okay. I'm going to signal with my tail that's been broken in like 52 different places to rise.
I look over at Moriko, Zahn, and Kasumi, and I give them the thumbs up gesture.
Okay.
And we start rising out of the water.
Right. You all make the last little stretch up into the now air-filled part of the tunnel. The only real sound is the water falling off of your bodies. Kasumi looks like a drowned rat with 9 tails. Moriko's hair is just plastered all over her shoulders and back. Pez looks like he's still underwater because his frills are doing the thing still. Zan's looking pretty good, honestly. He keeps care of himself enough that it's, yeah, he goes full Fabio. The water just swing. All right. You're all now back
Guys, that
up
was
in the
great.
air. Zan, how long does your light last again? Isn't it like 8 hours or something?
No, it's only like
An hour.
It's an hour, but I mean, he's just gonna do it over and over again.
Once they're on dry land, Mariko's gonna shake her hair out like a dog and just.
Yes. Zon is immediately hit by hair in the face.
This is great.
She would have. She would have made sure that she was away from everybody, but water everywhere.
You didn't say that at first, so now I'm hitting the face with hair.
I have a legitimate question. So
Yeah.
Kasumi obviously was in fox form the entire time she was underwater.
Mhm.
When she goes into human form, is now like still everything is dripping, including her kimono.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I okay. Yeah, she does go into human form, and she looks even more angry that she's wet in human form, and just water just dripping. Like her kimono sleeves are just heavy. She just looks upset, but she's
Upset he's
ready.
Yeah.
I put Pez on my shoulder.
Can I cast dancing lights?
Sure.
Just so instead of a directional beam of funny light, it's more spread out.
Yeah. So Lakin picks you up, puts you on his shoulder, and you go, "Go, my children."
They look like fireflies.
He just took some of Cassie's fireflies.
The light fills the tunnel that you're in. The ground is still covered with loose bits of rock. They're not the big jagged pieces that had come down from the sinkhole, but this definitely still looks more like churned earth. It's not a smooth, like, cave rock floor. This still looks like something dug it.
Okay, so it does still look like the same organic looking stuff that I've... Okay.
Yep, what you had seen in the tunnel the last time that you had gone down, you're seeing more of that here.
Oui. And there's just one direction?
So far.
Shall we?
Yes.
Oh, I don't see any affair to go other than not that way.
Let's go.
And we're walking.
Okay.
Kasumi is going to hang back a little bit and try to stealth, but is it at disadvantage because she's wet?
I'm so tempted to say yes, but at the same time, I know it's not going to matter. So,
Oh, it's moist.
what is the marching order here? With Kasumi saying she's going to bring up the rear.
Uh-huh.
Like the third or fourth, depending on where Zon wants to be.
Okay, so it's technically Lakin and Pez are kind of in the same spot. Zon, where do you want to sit?
Behind them, I guess. Actually, no, I'll be in between Kasumi and Moriko.
Okay.
Okay.
So this tunnel is big enough for 3 or 4 of you to walk side by side with very little difficulty. Just letting you know that you don't have to be in a straight single file line if you did not want to, but
Wait, you mean you don't have to be the JRPG party line?
No. You can. I'm not going to tell you no, but
I start walking beside the group.
okay. So more like Moriko and Zon side by side, Kasumi bringing up the back with Lakin and Pez front and center. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm in formation.
All right. So you all begin walking through the tunnel. I need everyone to make perception checks for me.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Snapshot.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
hell yeah, let's go.
Do I have advantage on these?
You don't have disadvantage. Well, you know what? I will
Okay.
say if Pez wants to give you advantage and not roll himself, he can do that.
Oh, okay.
Did you already
Yeah.
roll?
I did.
Well,
Oh,
Too
well,
late.
let him roll.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
right?
That's what I do.
What did
Ooh,
everybody get?
hell yeah.
Oh, 26. Again.
Okay.
7.
21.
21.
It's on.
27.
Oh, God.
To be fair, I rolled low for me, so.
So did I. So I got a 7.
Lakin, did I miss your number?
Oh.
Did you get 27?
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
No, everybody was doing their numbers. I was being a quiet boy.
Yeah.
15.
15.
Devil Sight, 2040.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to see what Pez was doing. He's just playing with his dice.
Yeah.
New shimmery.
So, you walk for what feels like, to some of you, feels like an eternity. Moriko knows that it's only been about 15 minutes. But with the hardly deviating path that you were on, and there being no seemingly natural structures to see, it's just this tunnel. One stretch looks exactly like the rest. Just like the rest.
Just like the rest.
Pez and Moriko are pointing out the markings on the wall that they had seen before that looks like something has pulled its way through here, has tunneled through here. This is not made by nature. This is not something man-made. There's no tool marks. It's also far too circular in shape than what people digging a tunnel would normally do. Is anybody wanting to do anything as you continue along in this trek?
I'm just keeping my eyes peeled.
I'm stealthing.
What's your stealth again?
A billion.
It's not a billion. It's
2 billion.
28.
28.
Close.
Okay.
Very close.
I was close without going over.
So, you walk for 30, 45 minutes, an hour, just walking along with the only sound being your own 2 feet.
Oh,
Well-
hell no. Zon starts humming. Loudly. Don't know what song it is. Probably a song of his homeland. Just, that or you guys get to listen to him talk to himself.
Why
Your
are you
choice.
the way you are?
That?
So he thinks internally as you start humming.
Zon,
You guys, what?
Shut up.
We have been doing this for an hour. I'm bored.
Do you see how immense this hole is?
This is the deep hole, yes. And it is definitely made by something, but I have no idea.
I would rather it not know we are here. Your voice carries in these caverns.
But I do want to.
Shut up. No.
Look, you have a lovely voice. Have some wood and a knife. Carve something.
Yeah, you don't hear him. You're. It's much better.
Here, play with this light, bunny man.
Ah, shit, my finger.
Ah, fuck! I got a splinter. You walk for another half hour. When Lakin and Pez, you are the first in the group. You see that there's a sharp point that you're arriving to. One branch of the tunnel continues on, and it seems like another branch goes off to the right.
As which way?
DM, would you consider this land to be desert?
No. Deserted is not the same as a desert.
Just checking.
Listen, that was the best question you could have asked, period. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Title of the episode, is this desert?
Baby, I love you.
Just gonna big ol' circle that real quick.
I mean, Ranger's got a ranger.
This is not a desert biome. I appreciate the effort, but no.
I don't really have any other ranger abilities that would assist with this.
Could you track this creature?
Can I track the creature? I mean, it's
No,
look.
make a
skills-
survival check for me.
Okay.
Guidance.
Track it. Guidance. Yeet. Go. Investigate.
Does guidance stack?
No.
No.
Guidance is a
That would be
D4,
cool, though.
right?
D4.
Okay.
It does stack with Bardic Inspiration.
Where is it? Here it is. Here's the pointy one. It's so pointy. Why is it so pointy?
If only there was a purple tiefling bard.
What is that? What is that? Oh, that's a 4.
I was gonna say there's only 4 numbers on it. Pick one.
Look, it was difficult.
Nope.
You
I
said
actually needed more candy. I'm good.
which one?
Survival.
Survival. Oh damn. +6.
Math.
So you're starting off with 10.
29.
29.
Hey.
You hop down from Lakin's shoulder as he gives you a little like, go on, go get him. You investigate both tunnels.
Pick up the dirt, lum it.
Both of these tunnels seem to have been made the same way. They're roughly the same size, the best that you can tell.
Which one is newer?
Yeah, like, is there any fresh funk that I taste?
You stop and listen for a time. To your right, you hear what sounds like very faintly running water. From the left, seems to be silence.
That way.
Right.
You can't just say that way.
Which
I'm
is why I
pointing to the right.
clarified.
I think you did.
Yeah, I'm
Towards silence.
Pointed to the right.
Towards the water.
Water.
Wada.
Okay. So, Pez leads you to the right. Assuming you all follow, or do you split the party?
No.
No.
Ah!
Zon
No.
looks
Fuck
at the
you.
other. Zon looks at the other tunnel. Later.
As he goes by, he just strokes that wall.
So we go left or right?
Right.
Right.
Left.
We're going left, right?
Right.
So,
Who's on first? We're crying out loud.
so you head to the right towards the sound of water. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I follow my kobold.
So, you walk for another 5 minutes or so. And the path dips down slightly and levels off again. And with your kobold eyes, and Lakin and Moriko, you guys are able to see this pretty quickly. The only reason Kasumi doesn't see it straight off the bat is because she's lagging behind a little bit. And with Zon back there, oh, well, actually, you still have dancing lights up, don't you? So there would be light generated around in the cavern. As you get further along, you guys are able to see it before the light is able to touch it, but you can see that the tunnel opens up into a room. And it seems to be a large, expansive room. And there's, instead of the dull gray and blacks and dark browns of the stone surrounding you, you see the glittering of somewhat smooth water. You can still hear the sound of water moving, trickling over something, but it's not a rushing cascade like you had been dealing with when you first come in through the sinkhole.
Do we see any bodies, anything that was living and or is?
Make a perception check or investigation, depending on how closely you are inspecting things.
I am all of those things he just said.
I want to make a perception check if I may.
Go ahead.
Damn, these dice are good.
Was it investigation or perception, Pez?
Investigation, because that's
Okay.
a +7.
Got it.
So, natural 20 +7.
Okay. Moriko?
23
23.
perception.
Lakin?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Pez hopping off first and kind of getting down on the ground and snorfing. He's able to smell it before he sees it, but there is it's not decay, but it's fresh dead. Moriko and Lakin, you are at first just scanning the area, and Lakin with your enhanced dark vision, and Moriko your godlike eyesight, you see that what you've stumbled upon seems to be a underground creek, for lack of a better word. Not quite a river, but there is a large gap between the bank that you are currently standing and the one on the far side. There seem to be rocks and stalactites and little bits of ground that appear partway through. The water is not very clear. It's difficult to tell how deep it gets in certain points. And Pez, you start honing in on that smell, and you get right up on it, go around this rock, and you see a corpse. Multitude of scratch marks. Looks like some of the skin has been flayed off. The arm has been disconnected. The lower half is just gone. Moriko and Lakin, you seeing Pez go around a rock, you look to where he was heading before, and you don't see what he saw, but slightly to the left of that, you see there's another body that's half in the water, half out, looking equally as mangled.
Do these look like bite marks?
No.
How, like, precise are these cuts? Like, are they surgical with a blade? Well, not surgical, but like from a blade or...
With your investigation roll, and especially of a fucking natural 20, this was not a blade. This is definitely sort of a,
Rocks.
no, not quite like rocks. This was more of a jagged implement. It was torn, sheared, ripped, possibly hacked, but it wasn't the cause of a like a human blade, if that makes sense.
While they're doing this, Zon's gonna walk up to the shore and just kind of...
How far does your light reach, Zon?
20 foot and dim for another 20, so 40.
40 feet. With your vision and your light, you are not able to see the other side.
Let us see if the dead have more secrets.
Oh, you're gonna
What?
do that thing again.
I walk over to the corpse closest to me and I grab it by its scruff of cloth and tattered sections.
Mm-hmm.
Lift it up out of the water, and it's just a upper torso, right?
Correct.
Okay. I kind of like sit it up against like the rock wall siding. I crouch down next to it, and I open up my jaw, and you guys would see my lips, now that we're not surrounded in dark, murky water, start to rip at the corners and the edges. My jaws get a little longer as that ghostly energy reaches and wraps around the target, and I cast Speak with Dead.
Okay.
No, I'll never unsee that.
There's a gurgling inhale of air. One deep, rasping breath, whether the lungs were filled with water or with its own bodily fluids, it's difficult to say, but the head kind of rolls to the side, jaw slightly unhinged, and now that it's sitting up there and you're able to see it, half the face is just sheared off and gone, seems to have been hit by something, but it is looking at you with its one waterlogged white eye.
What killed you?
The rest of you here, well, I mean, you as all of you here. Beast in the dark.
Do you know how long you have been down here?
Here for a few hours. Ambushed looking for safety.
What is your name?
Jare.
Did any others survive?
Before we were separated by creatures. And the jaw falls completely slack again. It looks like it's about to just completely unhinge and is just dangling from the one side.
I take my hand and I just kind of support the bottom of the jaw.
I have one more question to ask.
Well, one of those questions was like he answered that there were, what, 20 or 24 people? This is in general. I'm not asking aloud. I'm just clarifying.
Out of character.
Yeah.
Do you ask
This
him
is out
what
of
his name
character.
was?
Yeah.
Do you ask him what his name was?
Yes.
Okay.
Could
Sorry,
you repeat the name Dungeon Master, just so our note takers can get it?
Jare.
I was close. I was off by one consonant.
Yeah, it's hard to say a Takatari styled name while trying to be dead.
Dead.
I'm going to do this a lot the more bodies you throw in front of us, brother, just so you're aware.
No, good practice. I appreciate it.
Did you see how many people there were, or no?
go
Like, was there 20 or 24? 20. Okay.
20.
You got that right.
upstairs.
Trying to think of other questions. I mean, he said creatures in the dark, so he probably doesn't
got
know
one more
what
to
it
ask.
was.
Lakin just puts his hands on his ears. Does anybody have any other questions?
And you see this horrifying visage that Lakin's face has turned into.
I have a question, but I don't know how to use it up.
It is fine. Tell me.
Does he know Haru?
That was going to be my question.
Do you know Haru?
There were many I knew not the name of.
Rest.
Without much urging from you, the spell fades. The chest slumps back down. The rattling raspiness as whatever air was still in the lungs is gurgling through the fluids still residing in there. The head goes limp and you hear kind of a nasty little like crunching as the rigor mortis neck kind of collapses on itself again.
I take my massive fist and I blast the skull into smithereens.
The one that you were just talking to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a heavy... The rest of you see buildup of energy around Lakin's palm, and there's just a dull thud that echoes around the cavern that you're in.
That seems extreme even by my standards.
Well, Dungeon Master, I was just going to plow my fist through the head. I wasn't going to Eldritch Blast the head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought Eldritch Blast there.
Good idea. I'll use that later.
Right. Sorry.
Did I get any on me?
Depends on how close you were.
I mean, I was sniffing the bodies.
So Lakin puts his fist through the skull, shattering it. What are you all doing?
So, I wonder where those creatures are. Zan just kind of looks down at the water.
I think you already know, Warrior Zone.
Yeah, so that's the tunnel we could have gone down.
I think there may be more in this water here.
Moriko is surveying the room.
Moriko, as you are looking around, the small beach that you're standing on, the little shoreline, there's about 100 feet or more between you and the other shoreline. Looking to your right, you see that the water seems to be coming from that direction. Just the very, very subtle rippling of the water is coming from that direction, going from your right to your left. And as you look to your left, there seems to be another similar hole, for lack of a better word, in the wall. Not nearly as big as the tunnel you had been traveling through, but still decently sized. And you actually think you see just a little bit of light. Just something lighter against the wall further in that way. Just a little glimmer across the water surface. But it is subtle.
She's gonna plap the closest person to her and point towards the light.
I mean, I was standing on the shore. I don't know where you were standing.
There's someone there to plap. You get their attention.
Lakin, big plap. Big space to plap. So she's like plapping the back and just pointing.
I turn the devil's sight towards it.
Ominously.
You see a similar sight. Just as the water is gently rippling through, you see the faintest glimmer of something somehow reflecting from further down the tunnelway there back to where you are.
Are there any rocks around us?
Plenty.
Zan's gonna grab a rock.
Okay.
Cast light on it.
Okay.
And fucking yeet it in that direction as hard as he can. No! He's gonna skip it on the water as hard as he can.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, I'll yeet it farther.
So, as you were all looking towards the tunnel that Moriko was pointing out, light appears behind you. And Zan, just this light skipping across the water, breaking the pristine surface,
It's beautiful.
Eventually, sorry, real quick. It reaches the end of its skipping, and it thunks into the water, just past where the wall enters into that tunnel. You see the light drift down. The water is a bit clearer, it seems. And as it comes to settle on the ground, the light is blocked momentarily, and then comes back again.
No.
Mm-mm.
Do not do that again.
I'm
Zan.
hiding.
Yeah,
She's just behind Lakin. Stop it.
I want to
My,
see stuff too. I'm the only one here who's blind.
my
Sounds like
concentration.
Christopher.
Speaking of, I can't see anything right now.
Pez, what?
My concentration drops. So
On dancing
no more
lights?
dancing lights.
Okay.
Yep.
So, as Zon is complaining, Pez just goes, nope.
So it's just
Get
in
ready
here.
to fight.
Son pulls out a sword. I still can't see anything.
Kasumi is gonna panic and look around to see if there is anywhere to hide.
There are a few large boulders and stalactites that are relatively nearby to you on your
Yep.
particular shore.
She is gonna dive behind it.
Okay.
I put the Doom Bold on my shoulder.
I'm going to convert my multi-tool into a lightning shotgun.
No.
Impressive. Yeah. And Zon's gonna cast light on the top of his ear again. This time at the very tip, so it's just kind of a circle around him.
Okay.
How much of this beach, like how wide is this beach that we're on, this section of dry?
Oh, he's measuring.
Shut up.
I already knew this was going to be the arena. Let's fucking do this.
Let's see. It's about... what's 25 and 5? It's 130, 150 feet wide before you reach a solid rock wall.
I will get directly into the middle of that with Pez on my shoulder. Spread out. And I am looking through the water to find what is eluding us.
So 1 quick second here. Why is this not doing what I want it to do? I'll play with that in a minute. So you go to kind of stand in the middle of it. As you were standing there, Kasumi nopes the fuck out. Make a stealth check for me, please.
Okay.
Stealth.
Moriko,
We
where
have
are you?
advantage.
Where are you hanging around?
She's gonna get farther from the water's edge, but not quite towards the middle, near Lakin.
So you're kind of getting more nearer to Kasumi, or are you just kind of keeping like a healthy distance straight behind Lakin?
Like offset,
Okay.
diagonal.
Got it. All right.
That was a 22 for stealth, by the way.
22. Awesome. I usually just have like a column that's just case stealth, and I just write a number and scratch it out as we're done. So you all sit there for a few minutes, listening.
Do I see it in the water? Whatever was moving.
You don't see anything. I mean, you see things, but you don't see anything.
I will
Is
draw
there,
the
like-
creature to me.
Is there a decently sized rock near Moriko?
The one that Kasumi's hiding behind.
No, just
Don't
like
you
not like
dare
a
move
big
it.
one, but just like
Like you just want like a chuckable one.
head sized.
Yeah, I mean there's a few rocks sitting around the ground near you.
Just gonna grab it, shot put towards the water.
Okay.
Wait, you throw this in the water? How come? Why'd you get mad at me? She's water, rocking water.
We know something's in there. I'm trying to draw it out. And who knows? Maybe it hit it on the head.
Maybe it's just dead.
Do you want me to roll anything for that, or?
So you throw the rock into the water, and you all sit in what feels like an eternity of just waiting and listening. The water stills. The gentle lapping of water moves past the rocks on the shore. Nothing.
Okay. I'm sending Eldritch Blast into this water in intervals of 60 feet from 120-foot range. It's going to be like a machine gun in here.
Right in the ears.
Again, the water is disturbed, hitting much harder than the rock previously, sending jets and streams of it straight up, hitting the ceiling, dripping back down. No movement.
I'm gonna
This
look around the
creature
room
is
away from
cautious.
the water.
Moriko's moving away from the water. This
No,
creature...
I'm looking around the room.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, then Lakin, what did you say, sorry?
No, I just said this creature is more intelligent than we give it credit for.
That's how he just scattered. Son's still standing exactly the same place, but now he's just got a sword in his hand. Waiting.
Anything behind us, Moriko?
What do my elf eyes see, DM?
My brand.
You look back into the tunnel where you had come from. That same eerie silence is just that. Silence.
Fine then. Hold on, Pez.
Mm-hmm.
I start going into the water.
Okay.
Going to don my anti-disguise goggles as well.
Okay. How far into the water are you going?
I'll go completely underneath it.
Okay. You walk 10, 15, 20 feet. Pez right on your shoulder.
That's right, we can still breathe underwater.
Mm-hmm.
It's still only coming up to maybe midway up his chest at this point in time.
So it doesn't get any deeper than that?
At this point, no.
Okay. I will crouch so that I can see underneath the water.
Okay. You crouch down. And the water is clearer. Behind you, it's a little bit more murky because you've kicked up a bunch of fresh silt.
Oh.
You're looking around. You look to your right. And you see there's other silt that's been kicked up around the rock next to you.
Oh, it's getting 3 blasts.
So, Pez, you're, with the way that Lakin is crouched down, you're on his shoulder, so you're still kind of periscoped above the water, looking around. And as Lakin turns to look to his right, he's able to see the silt kicked up.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to see a large purple chitinous shape with large pincer-like claws looking at you through the gloom. Big blue cloudy eyes that seem like they haven't seen light ever. And as you make that realization, Lakin boom, 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 fires off 3 shots underwater. Fucking depth charge torpedoes. Make an attack, sir.
Do we make an attack roll for each?
Oh, yeah. He didn't get it, son. No.
28 for the first.
Okay.
Natural 20 for the second.
Piss balls.
The 23 for the third.
All 3 of them hit.
All right.
Okay.
That's a D12. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I don't want that one. Okay. Special eyeball dice. Non-crit first.
Okay.
That's 8 points of force. Non-crit second. That's 8 points of force. And then the crit is maximized damage plus dice roll, correct?
Correct.
That's 25 points of damage on the third one.
Nice.
That's a 10 on the D10. Plus 15.
Okay. So, all of you see Lakin go into the water, stops, crouches down. You see Pez is kind of sitting there and not like really moving his head. His whole body just kind of rotates at the water's surface, which looks kind of funny. And then you see these flashes of light go under the water towards the rock that had been to Lakin's right. And you hear these 3 thunderous explosions and then a screeching sound absolutely fills this chamber. That's where we're going to take a break.
Balls.
We'll come back for initiative.
No!
I said a break. We're not done. I got people to kill. We'll be right back. Don't go too far. Okay. So, we are back. Hi, hello. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yes, please.
Let's fucking go!
It's one of the better initiatives I've had yet.
I hear you rolling those dice.
You don't hear shit.
Oh, we can see what you roll on those dice.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not cool. That's not supposed to happen.
I am God. You saw nothing.
Okay, this dice is gonna get retired. Oh, okay, apparently that one just said "fuck off." It's somewhere down there.
Rippy boy.
Oh, sorry.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Listen here, Halo.
I heard that.
Okay.
Oh, you could hear him?
Yep.
Oh.
Look at him.
He's a little thrilled.
Look at my boy.
Oh, you even got my
See you
light on
tomorrow.
there.
Okay. So let's see what we got here then, yeah? Why is that like that?
I'm right back.
It is the way it is because of the way it isn't.
I see you looking, Isa.
Shush.
Okay. 25 to 20.
28.
26.
Damn. 20 to 15?
19.
17!
Kasumi ran away. Does anyone know what her initiative roll is?
5? What'd you say?
Oh, I forgot you're deaf. I got a 5.
She got a 5.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that tracks.
Sorry, Skull was annoying the cat, and I heard him barking. Go, there you go. To bed, child.
So Nim, you said that you, or that you were able to see my rolls. Where were you seeing? Oh, they're down there.
In the chat log.
Cool.
I still don't see the battle.
Actually, that's what they're called. They're called cool.
I just saw Bez's comment that said, "My mouth is open." Okay.
Okay, well, now that cat's out of the bag.
You can. I mean, I have like self rolls, blind GM rolls, private GM, public. I have a drop down for that. So I don't know if you have that ability as well.
I'll have to look and see how I did what I did to fuck that up, but it's fine. Alright, so
I didn't see it.
Kasumi got a 5.
Well, I can't read.
I can't read. Lakin got a 17. Moriko got 19. The old Pezerus got 26.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
all I'm seeing is a gray screen.
Zoom out.
I am.
Okay, on the correct link, right?
Yes.
Hang on, let me.
When I type something, all our cameras moved over to my character, right?
Yes, it did. So.
Did that do anything? Probably not.
I saw the text pop up, but it didn't zoom in on your guy again.
Oh, okay. Weird.
I see him in the player list, but I don't see him.
Is it a gray
Yep,
screen?
there you go.
No,
Got it.
It's working now.
Maybe just first time ever really using it. Long time to load in.
Because it wasn't loading in, so.
It happens. Technology is great, isn't it?
Okay.
All right. So, with that being said, that brings us top of the round is Zon. You're up first with Pez on deck.
I cannot see anything, so I will hold a cantrip in case anything comes within 10 feet of me.
Within 10 feet of you. Well,
Yes.
you cast light on yourself, so you have roughly 40 feet of vision.
Oh, that's very much not the right button. Yeah, I still wouldn't really be able to see anything.
I'm just letting you know that to not say like when something to get within 10 feet of me, because you can technically see further than 10 feet. If you want to keep it for 10 feet in front of you, that's fine, but...
Well, the cantrip that I have is a 10-foot range.
Okay, just making sure. All right, so you're holding an action, so that brings us to Pez with Moriko on deck.
All right. So this critter that I see,
Yes.
is it still submerged or is it above water?
It's kind of half and half. You're able to see as it got hit by the blast, its long, spindly, chitin armored legs kind of lifted it up further out of the water, and its long arms are have big claws on the end that are kind of pinching and snapping in your direction. It looks like one of the legs that it had has been just blown off by Lakin's eldritch blast, and it's kind of teetering. It's a little bit off balance from it.
And how's it looking like? Would I know if it's bloody or...
There's stuff that looks like blood.
Cool. I'm gonna make it bleed more.
Go for it.
Good choice.
Solid response.
Should not have converted it to a shotgun.
Says the person that's not close enough to use the shotgun.
Well, false. Technically, I'm still like in the space of Lakin, right?
For the sake of the argument, I'd say you're technically occupying the same space as Lakin. Even though you are a medium creature, I'm gonna allow it because I think it's fucking awesome.
I thought I was a small critter.
Are you small? I thought you were just like on the
He's
short end
small.
of
He's
medium.
too small.
If you're smaller than 3 feet, you're small. if you're taller than that, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm
That's
small.
the way-
Oh, okay. I always thought you were just on the short end of medium, but no, rock on.
So for the shotgun configuration, the range is a 15-foot cone. So is it still within range, or am I gonna have to spin an action to reconvert it to a?
Well, it's a bonus action to convert it.
Oh.
Isn't it?
The element can be changed as a bonus action without changing between pistol, rifle, or shotgun. Blah blah blah. No, yeah, bonus action. Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to convert it into a pistol as my bonus action.
Okay.
It is still lightning, and as a pistol, I have 3 shots per action. So I need to roll 3 d20s.
That you do.
And all of them are going to be natural 20s.
You shut your whore mouth.
I mean, he is using the dice I got him.
Oh god, I have to add so many things.
Mariko's just going,
pet tactics.
Bless.
Ugh.
Merlin.
Ugh. 21 for the first hit.
That hits.
27 for the second hit.
Weirdly enough, that hits as well.
Man, that'd be weird if it didn't.
Yeah.
Oh god. 17. 33 for the third hit.
That hits.
Alright, cool. Just making sure.
James, remind me later. I'll send you the creature profile I made called the non-Newtonian ooze.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So D10. That is 10 thunder for the first hit. 6 for the second hit. And 8 for the third hit.
Okay. So, as you are
Don't
both
forget your thorns.
somewhat jump scared by this creature on the other side of the rock, Lakin blasting it with his Eldritch Blast, and Pez quickly spinning the gun around in his hand, the barrel shortening as it goes from a two-handed thing to a one-handed, and he just fires off 3 shots, the bangs echoing through the chamber. This creature is just getting riddled with holes, letting out sounds as it's just starting to gurgle and hack and just falls dead. Just falling between the
11.
surface of the water.
Oh yeah, it's already dead.
The cry is responded to. You hear 2, 3 separate calls echoing from around the room. So, Pez, is that your turn?
Yep, that was my action bonus action.
Okay. Moriko, you're up. Lakin, you're on deck.
What's the range on that? Oh yeah, I guess it's.
Oh yeah, I got space.
What?
I'm always
What?
it's always so excited and terrified whenever it's your turn.
Well, I'm actually being smart. I am going to cast Fairy Fire.
Oh, okay. Where are you? Oh, no, I see you drawing. Carry on.
It's only a 20 by 20 foot cube, but there.
Okay. All right. So you look over to Pez and Lakin, to the left of Pez and Lakin, and you throw out fairy fire. You temporarily light up this space. The glitter magical particles don't seem to latch onto anything.
Yeah. Then I'm just going to move a little more smidgen away from the water, and I'm Try to hold position.
Okay. All right. That brings us back to Lakin. Kasumi, you're on deck.
Okay.
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 So, Dungeon Master.
That's me. Hello, I am man who does the rules.
Lakin's vision should be as if it is a bright day down here.
Yes.
How can we make that happen?
Good question. So, I mean, you technically have full vision of the area.
Yes.
So I can't really make it... I can't make it daylight just for you, because it would make it daylight for everybody. But your vision... You're not seeing what everyone else is seeing. And I can play around with that a little later. I can come back in and show you what everyone else is seeing, because the program's kind of cool like that. It takes that into account for when your characters are in there. So you're seeing a lot more than what Zahn is seeing right now.
You have a little circle.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you do or not.
No, he does not. He sees quite literally everything that can be seen right now.
Okay. So if I understand this right, I can shift click on both. Right? No.
What are you attempting to do at the moment?
I'm trying to grab the kobold to come with me 30 feet forward.
You can't do that. You can only control your character, but when you move yourself forward, I can move Pez to follow you.
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that should be...
Easy up the zoomies.
Woo!
Whee!
What do my magic eyes see?
Currently, unless you are treading water, you are underwater at this point. The water is still fairly clear. Let's see. Yeah, at the moment, you're not seeing anything.
So within that 30 feet, I end up going underneath the top of the water.
Yes. So roughly here, you can see that it gets very, very deep from your underwater perspective. Like it's sort of a very, very steep drop off.
Very well. Well, I guess what I can do is a whole lot of fucking nothing, because I can't see anything. So I'm gonna touch the kobold on the head while lifting him up on top of my head so he can probably stand out of the water. And cast guidance on him in case he needs to make a skill check.
Okay.
Because I can do nothing else.
Okay. Alrighty. So that brings us to the creature's turn.
Please attack me. Please. Let's do it.
Pez, you would see, and possibly Lakin as well, depending on how deep under the water you are, a flash of movement as one of the creatures darts from one rock to behind another. And you hear more than feel motion from your left as another one comes from around the rock. Oops, come on now.
Ew.
Yeah, come on in here.
And rushes right on up onto the pair of you. Okay, so
that little critter. The rest of you that are on the bank, you first hear the sound of water sloshing as a large something is moving very, very quickly through the water. And you see Pez is just barely above the water with like maybe the top of Lakin's head. Some of his hair is sticking out of the water. And you occasionally had seen him pop up. And this creature is just lumbering faster than what one would expect through the water towards him. It's still pretty deep up to its own chest. But it is going for Pez and is going to make 2 attacks with the pincers.
Don't forget, Pez, you have a +2 to your armor class.
So that is going to be a 29.
Am I also in half cover? Oh no, I'm
No.
being like paraded around.
No, you're not in half cover.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. What about an 18?
Meets it beats.
Okay. Let's see, where are you? You are what I want. Those of you. Right, so that is going to be 27 points of bludgeoning damage as the claws wrap around you and pull you off of Lakin's shoulder. You are grappled.
Woohoo!
Okay. That's all that it's able to do. So, Kasumi, you're up, and you see this flurry of water movement as the pair of them move in further and deeper, and it just comes and it just snatches Pez off of the top of Lakin's head and has it grappled in one of its large purpley mantis-like claws.
So can I... Is the thing still above the surface?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know, like, in the game, it says that I can't see it.
That's...
Probably because you're behind the rock.
You're behind the rock. You said that you were hiding behind a rock.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a big rock.
Yeah. See if you can move your character around from the rock and see if it appears for you.
I don't know why. Okay. So she is gonna peek out. Since she hid before combat, does she get her sneak attack? Well, I mean, also Pez is there, but still.
With the 22, yes, you have advantage on that.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
It is very, very laser focused on the thing that entered its realm.
Okay, I'm going to shoot it with my bow.
Do it.
Okay. Oh god. Okay. So that would be D&D Beyond. I need you to stop. Stop it. It's having a fucking spasm right now. 23.
23 hits.
Okay. So let me roll my normal damage. 5 piercing. Plus 3 poison. And then let's roll the sneak attack. 21. For sneak attack.
Okay.
And then she is going to move her butt back over here and bonus action hide.
Okay. Make your check for me.
22.
Again. Nice.
That's the lowest I can roll.
Right. All right. That brings us back up to the top of the round to Zahn. Pez, you were on deck.
What can I say? How tall are these stones? No, I can't see that. How tall is this?
That's actually fairly flush with the surface of the water. It's not a stone.
And what about this right here?
That is a rock. That's going base almost up to the ceiling.
It's a rock.
Seeing as I can't really see anything.
Best that you have seen so far is there was a significant amount of movement in the water further out, and you saw something glittering off of the light that you're producing, but it's a bit difficult to see.
What was the smell? Did I remember Pez is still wearing his hat?
He's always wearing his hat.
Good. Daylight.
Okay, let me take a look-see real quick.
It's a 60-foot thing.
60-foot thing.
For the duration, sunlight spreads from a point within a range and fills a 60-foot radius sphere. The sunlight's area is bright light and sheds dim light for another 60 feet.
So why were you asking about his hat?
I'm making it as bright as day in here.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because it says you can cast a spell on an object that isn't being worn or carried.
Oh, he was making sure that Pez won't have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was asking. I didn't know why you were asking about his hat.
Yeah, I didn't want to flashbang the bold.
Okay, no. Cool. Awesome. Where again?
I can't really see, so I guess I'm gonna where the movement was. I guess just make a
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
There.
That's not within 60 feet of you.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was the radius of the orb.
Well,
My bad.
it's the range. The range is 60 feet, and the radius is 60 feet.
Sorry, I've never used this before.
No, that's fine. That's why we're looking it up.
As far out as I can. So right now.
Okay.
I think that I said right here.
Yeah, can you do a 60-foot radius for me, and I'll actually put a light down?
That's as close to 60 as I can get.
Skoosh. Okay, if you can get rid of the big purple thing for me.
So it's 60 feet and then 60 feet again, so it's 120 in total. But it lights up. Yeah.
Yep, okay. Let me tweak this. All right, 60, dim 60. Cool. Go with that. Oops, shit. Hit the wrong button, I'm sorry. Update, here we go. All right.
I can see.
Cool.
Zon's gonna move there.
Okay. The water will begin to become difficult terrain, just letting you know. Your movement will be halved going through the water.
What is my movement? Sorry. My movement is 60. I have 30.
I believe you would have made it. Well, you would have gotten
No,
almost there. Still, you're about knee height in the water right now.
Okay. And that's it.
Okay, that brings us to Pez with Moriko on deck. You are currently grappled by the beastie.
So being grappled,
Grappled.
do I still have the ability to... Yeah, I can still shoot stuff.
Yeah, your speed is 0 and you have disadvantage on attack rolls against anyone other than the target. Or the thing that is grappling you.
I'm gonna think of this as one of his arms is pinned down and that arm having his pistol, which is pointed right at his face hole, which Pez doesn't really want to shoot his face hole. So he's going to use his free hand and reach for his other holster where his shotgun is and shoot that. into the creature.
Okay, so not using your pistol, but using one of your shotguns.
Correct.
Okay.
Still in the holster, so I'll have to make a new holster, but oh well.
You've invented the quick fire method.
Yep.
Okay, make your attack.
Cool. That is a +10 to hit. I'm assuming a 29 plus everything else hits.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Sweet. 2d8 plus 4. Where are my d8s?
Where are my d8s at?
This one. This one. 14 for that. Plus, what was it? 3d6?
Yep.
Yeah, plus 3d6.
Goodness.
8. Plus 8.
Okay. So you all see Pez get lifted off of Lakin and is just being held in the air, and even though one arm is pinned, he manages to reach behind, grab the trigger, and twist himself just enough so that he just blasts the creature with the still holstered shotgun. A thunderous boom echoes throughout the entire cavern, making your ears ring. If you didn't have tinnitus before, you sure as fuck have it now.
I'm under the water, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're fine. You just heard a dull thunk.
Yes.
So, the unfortunate thing is that shotgun's a lever action, and I don't know if I can really jigger the lever.
I'm gonna go with probably not.
Flip cock it like Terminator.
He didn't even take it out of his holster. He'd be just.
Bonus action. Yep. Bonus action, just flail.
Bonus action.
Help.
Help. All right.
Child?
Speaking of,
I've
Moriko.
removed him from my lap twice already.
Moriko, you're up. Lakin, you're on deck.
Okay, so I can see the creature, right? I can see him out of the water holding Pez.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Daylight, baby.
Yeah, you have night vision and all, and the daylight. Yeah, no, this cavern is absolutely lit up. This creature is a dark, sickly, rich purple. The eyes are this like semi-cloudy blue. There's no noticeable pupils. It's hard to tell if these things can actually see at all.
I'm gonna move 20 feet closer and make sure. Yep. I am going to attack it with frostbite.
Okay.
It is a Constitution
Frostbite.
saving throw.
Oh, I get to do a thing.
Yeah.
You get to play.
I get to play the game. You said Constitution?
Yep. Wee.
15.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, an iron.
Since it failed to save, as well as the cold damage, it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. Just saying.
I need an ice cube symbol.
Ace. 3, 2, 6, 8 points of cold damage.
8 points of cold damage.
Where?
Okay.
Sorry. That is. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Then that means it's Lakin's turn with Kasumi on deck.
Okay, for a bonus action, I'm going to hex the creature, giving it disadvantage on strength-based ability checks.
Oh.
Okay.
And then I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Dungeon Master, as I toll the bell.
Oh.
Gong.
Is the lobster smart or wise?
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
You're funny. 16.
Fails.
Yay!
So that's 3d12 plus 3d6 plus an additional d6 from Hex.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, god there.
Math
Goddamn,
rocks.
goddamn.
We're also still 15 feet within each other.
Within?
Well, look.
We are one.
Prison pocket.
Look. That's 21 points of necrotic damage and 12 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
Don't touch my kobold.
Pouchy, pouchy. Okay.
And let's see, that's my bonus action and my action. I'm gonna get right up next to this thing, and if I had an action to grapple it, I would, but I'm just gonna get right up on it.
Okay. Moving just the 5 extra feet to get on top of it.
Yep. I'm getting right up in there.
Okay. All right. It is the creature's turns.
Fancy
Strike
seeing
me,
you
fat
here.
creature.
Hell has been raised from its watery grave.
And it's going to dash. 30.
Oh, it could just go right over the chasm?
It's like way underneath. Which actually, no, that's a fair point. It should be down there-ish.
I think you can add height.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Elevation. I do negative. Oh.
There's no.
I didn't even know that was an option. To do the negatives, I mean. So, these creatures, with the daylight, you saw them sprinting forward, and as they got to the center of the room, they dipped down, went deep into the little chasm, and because of all the soot and the silt, it's difficult to see where they are. Not impossible, but difficult. This one is going to start moving away.
Is it?
20, 30.
I don't think so.
Oh, look at that purple blood. If it
I
bleeds,
don't
it can
think so.
die.
I don't think it's gonna do
I'll move
fucking
myself.
shit.
Opportunity attack?
Yep. And because he's touching my person, my skeletal hand will reach forth and give him a chill touch.
Ooh.
Already cold.
Well, this is gonna suck for him. Come back here, boy. Dirty 20 to hit.
Oof. Yeah, it hits.
All right. Coming for you. Don't touch my kobold. Is mine. Oh, there they are. Jeez. Brain dead. 'Tis me.
It's me.
Okay. So,
I. No.
I'm sorry.
that's 25 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that's 6 points of piercing.
Okay. You see it starting to move, and as it turns with its prize to try to get away, You reach up and grab the bulbous thorax of it, and you just, with cold hands, freeze it and then crush it with your mighty orcish muscles, and just the water becomes cloudy with this thick, dark, purplish ichor as it too falls and slumps into the water. Pez, you are dropped.
I grab my kobold.
You've used your reaction to attack. I wouldn't say that you have the ability to catch him.
Wouldn't he just float on top of me?
No.
No, not the Doom guy. He's got a fucking arsenal on him. He's gonna sink like a rock.
Yeah, like he would sink right onto me because I'm right there.
That's stretching it.
I want to see the kobold fall a little bit.
Okay. All right.
Okay. But that does bring us to Kasumi. Zahn, you're on deck.
Yep. Oh, wait, what?
Wait, did the creatures take their turn?
They dashed.
Oh.
They're in the bottom of that chasm.
They in the chasm.
Chasm.
Okay. I can't see anything. So...
You can technically see a lot of things. You just can't see the creatures.
I can't see bad guys. So she's going to bonus action hide. Well, hold on. If I hold my action, can I still do a bonus action?
No.
Or is it I hold my whole turn?
Your whole turn is to hold your action.
Okay, well then that's fine. So she's not going to hide. She's just going to...
You can bonus action hide, then hold your action. You just
That's
can't,
what I meant.
if you're holding your action and that action is triggered, you cannot then do your bonus action.
No,
Okay.
What I
sorry.
meant was
I
the
misunderstood
first
what you were requesting. Yes, you can bonus action hide and then hold your action.
and then hold
Yes.
my action. Okay, that's what I wanted
Yes.
to do. So
My
she is going to bonus action hide, and then she is going to hold her action to shoot by Saito if any creatures come within sight of her, and I'm pretty sure has a 80-foot range. So.
Okay, and your stealth is?
Stealth is a 25.
Getting better.
Yep.
Okay, so holding your action for when something comes into view.
Yep.
Alrighty. That brings us back to the top of the round with Zahn. At the start of this round, with the various explosions and all, there's more chittering noises coming from the tunnelway up to the north of you. They seem to be very far off, but there is some extra noise. Now that the other two creatures have gone under the water, you're hearing clicking and chirping that seems to be echoing from that direction.
Hold a cantrip.
What's the trigger?
10 feet of me, same thing.
10 feet? Okay. All right. Then that brings us to Pez. Moriko, you're on deck. Pez, you have been dropped and you are sinking rapidly. But you are right next to Lakin.
Rapidly approaching the bottom of the water.
Water.
Do I see any other critters underwater?
Make a perception check for me. As you're trying to
Do I
do
still
this
have-
quickly as you're...
Do I still have guidance?
It lasts for 10 minutes, so yeah, you haven't
Okay.
used it.
Good. Because I'm gonna need it. Damn. I love these dice. Is that perception?
Yeah.
30.
30.
I got him the good shit.
Yeah, help, please. You peer around and twist as you're slowly sinking, and even through the bubbles of the churning water, you're able to see the purplish hue moving from low back up again through the water to your in
this-ish direction.
I don't like it moving.
Try and stop it.
And I want it to not move. So I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Market.
Okay.
So I know exactly where it is.
For the sake of you knowing where it is, I will make it visible again.
Sweet. Now this is just like, I'm not going to do it. It's just a curious question. If I were to use like a fire spell like Fireball underwater, I'm guessing it would not work.
It should.
Depending on how you would use it, I might tweak like how it interacts, but it's magic.
I was just curious. I'm going to use how many spell slots? I have a few. Scorching Ray on that new critter that I can see.
Okay. Make your attacks.
Is it 3 individual or just 1 roll for the 3?
Scorching Ray should be 3 individual.
Right.
Pretty sure. Now you have me questioning myself.
Oh, it's +7 to hit. 21 for the first.
21 hits.
21 for the second.
And yes, it is make a ranged spell attack for each ray. Cool.
Almost a 20. Well, yeah, but it's over 21 for the third.
Okay.
2d6. Good lord.
Which there's 3d6 attached to each one of those.
So many d6s.
Keeping in mind that Hunter's Mark will not deal extra damage because this is not a weapon attack.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a metal dice?
Previously, yes.
Oh, okay. He's got the good jingle jangle over there.
The ones that I got him recently were liquid core.
Oh, that's right, that's right. It's just playing jingle bells over here.
37 points of damage.
Oof. So I don't know who here has done this before, but if you've ever shot a bottle rocket underwater,
Oh yeah.
just flashing under the water, make it a little laser light show from underneath.
Can't say I have.
Oh, you should do it. It's fun.
It's
It
great.
makes a really cool noise.
Hey, y'all, watch this.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend you not put a cherry bomb in a toilet.
No.
Very bad.
You know, I'm glad you told me.
And
No, I
I'm
won't.
sure you blamed your brother.
It wasn't him. It was at a friend's house. They had to get a new toilet.
Albuquerque things.
That was my action and bonus action. For my movement, am I able to climb back on my mobile friend steed? Fringe steed?
You gonna be okay?
Perch.
Nope.
A perch.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use your movement as climbing.
Okay. I've mounted again. And is it like a free action to speak?
Yeah, about 6 seconds.
Okay. Below the water.
Water. Okay. That was a very eventful turn. That was kind of cool. Moriko, you're up. Lakin, you're on deck.
I don't think Moriko is able to see the dude in the deep trenches, right? Too deep for her?
Not from your angle. Not yet. You did see some flashing lights going like kind of over a ledge and then more like boom, boom, boom. But as far as seeing in specific detail, no.
Okay, I am going to use my action to cast flame arrows on my quiver.
Ooh. Okay.
So I gotta keep track of 12 arrows.
Gonna boil some lobster tonight.
Well, that's just my action. I won't be able to fire this round. Section. You said that rock is almost to the ceiling, right?
Yes.
Can I get on top of this rock?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
So
And I'm
you're
just-
you're actually probably about 10 feet up at this point. It's a sizable boulder.
Okay.
Not a rock.
Not a
It's a boulder. I like that boulder.
That's a nice boulder.
Do I have any bonus actions I can do at this moment? That's all I'm going to do for now.
Okay.
Since I used my action to get stronger arrows.
Okay. All right. Lakin, we're back to you. Kasumi, you're on deck.
So, I have concentration on Hex for up to 24 hours because I cast it at 5th level. I'm going to move Hex over to the creature that was just lit the fuck up by Pez.
Yep, as you do.
And we're going to Eldritch Blast it 3 times.
Okay.
Blast.
I'm going to blast it.
And the hex was strength, correct?
I can change it after every casting, but
okay.
it will end up being on strength checks.
Strength, got it.
Yep. Dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
27 to hit.
That hits.
And a natural 18 for a 30 to hit.
Yeah, hey, those hit.
Okay, I could add a d6 of necrotic damage for each one of these strikes because they are separate rolls. Okay. That's 16 points of necrotic damage. And then... almost done.
Pause for dramatic effect.
42 points of piercing.
Ouch. Okay. Is that all you're going to do for your turn?
Is that all I'm going to do for my turn?
Is there a question? I'm allowed to ask questions.
So the creature has disadvantage on strength checks, and did a shitload of damage, bonus and action. I have my kobold again. We're gonna move back to the rock that Warrior Zahn is on.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. Do you want to go there or one step back?
That's perfect right there, right next to Zahn.
Okay. Alrighty.
Now we're out of the friggin' water.
Yay. All right.
That's it.
Cool. On to the creatures.
We will do battle, Warriors on.
Okay. Kasumi, you were holding your attack. This creature is now visible, and it is rapidly approaching your location.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Just.
Scheisse.
And I have advantage, correct? 'Cause I-
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nat 20. Turn it into
Oh, it
Jade.
was almost a nat 20. You're so close. Oh, it was so close to being a nat 20. It's a 17.
17 hits.
Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so 7 points of piercing, 1 point of poison.
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 Ah.
Get it?
Poison.
Poison.
And 23 points for sneak attack.
Oof. So,
you had been laser focused on the combat going around your companions, but with Zahn's daylight spell and your naturally good dark vision, it's very easy to see the water rippling as this other entity comes rushing up and seems to be starting to go around the rock, but as you shoot it, it turns its attention towards you.
Okay.
It's going to move another 30 as its action to dash, and that is all that it can do. Okay. Pez, you can sense your hunter's mark is moving away from you.
Welcome back.
All right. Well, Kasumi, speaking of, you're up. Zahn, you're on deck.
Okay. So, I got this guy over here.
You got this mook. This fucking tentacly snippy snap little mook over here. This guy. Gabagoo on this one.
Hey.
Well, he's kind of like all up in my business.
He's trying.
And he kind of pissed me off because he didn't die. So
You shot him once. The other ones have taken at least 6.
Sorry, I just laughed because the dog's asleep and he just dropped his head on his pig toy, so I just hear a pig oink.
Just go.
right behind me. Okay. Well, anyways, she's kind of miffed that she's in this situation to begin with. So, she's gonna cast a Phantasmal Killer on it.
Oh,
So, I need it to do a Wisdom saving throw.
You know what? I'm gonna use the Zach Bless dice. Ooh. Natural 20.
oh.
Okay. Silvery barbs.
Come on, Zach, don't fail me now. 19.
Okay, well, that's fine. It still passes. Let's see.
Nim gets Issa Bless dice. I get Zach Bless dice.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember, because this one, it's worded kind of interesting. So I'm tapping into the nightmares of the creature. I can see within range. Target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it becomes frightened at the end of each of the turn, and the target's turn before the spell ends. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage. On a successful save, the spell ends. So that means that they don't take any damage, correct?
Sounds like.
Correct.
Okay.
So, to your eyes, you're casting the spell that even scared off
The purple guy.
the other purple guy, who was
Yeah.
calling down literal meteors on top of you. This creature, you feel the spell striking your target, but it doesn't seem to take hold.
Uh-huh.
Whether this creature is just immune, it got lucky, maybe it's just horror itself.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't seem to be taking hold,
Okay.
and it is still just coming towards you and just kind of
Doesn't
Yeah.
know what a crab boil is.
Yep.
yet.
So, with that being said, she's gonna bonus action get the fuck out of there, dash.
Okay.
So that is
Good luck,
gonna
Moriko.
be 60 feet. So shoot, I forget how to use the ruler. Is it shift? Yeah,
hold,
there we go.
hold control and you can click and move it again.
Fine. Control.
Yeah. So you click.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I was holding shift and control and it was not working.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's got 60 feet. Blanket. There we go. I'm gonna go over here.
Okay. So Moriko was abandoned on top of a rock.
Oh, hold on, that's water. Is that half movement?
Yes.
Okay, so I need to go back. Right?
So that's...
I'm trying to remember where I got in the water.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
So it's 20 feet.
Yeah,
so I can only go 10.
You'd be there-ish, we'll say. Because
Okay.
I don't remember where you were either. Meh.
Okay, but that math adds up. That math is mathin'. So,
Meh.
all right, that's my turn.
Okay. Top of the round. The noises coming from further up the tunnel seem to have dissipated slightly. But Zon, you're up as you're on deck. You're muted.
Because I was coughing, I didn't feel like coughing
quiet.
for you guys to hear.
You're fine. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move and then bonus action rabbit hop on top of it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna bring my sword down into it.
Okay.
With green flame.
Ooh, okay. So literally we're about to have a lobster boil. Right. Make your attack.
Good.
24.
24 hits.
I have 7 of these. How can I not find a single D8? Fucking Christ.
It's the one with 8 sides.
I'm an orc boil after this.
You can try.
7 points of magical slashing, 9 points of cold, and another 9 points of fire.
Okay. So...
And sword in bug.
Yeah, no, I was getting there. So Zon hears more splashing and turns to look and sees Kasumi just legging it away, and just one little jump off the rock into the water, seems to almost kick off the water's surface, slams his blade down into the back of this thing, and it's now the hitch that he's using to what's the word I'm looking for? Bucking bronco ride this thing. As you as the smell of cooking chitinous flesh. Pez is getting hungry is what I'm trying to get at here. Anything else, sir?
Yeah, it says attack is at disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
And its speed is half.
Let me take notes here. Half damage. Speed. Halved. Cool. I have a feeling this bug's not going to get another turn. Is that all, sir?
Yep, I'm done.
Okay. Pez, you're up. Moriko, you're on deck.
The one that's hunter marked, do I sense it as a threat, or that's pretty far away? I'm pretty sure any of my attacks would not really work out all too well. Because is this a mountain thing? Or?
It's kind of more like a sandbar that's above the water. The terrain in here is not level. It's very lumpy.
Okay. Also 10 feet below, so that would be... I'm going to... It's a bonus action to move my hunter's mark, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll bonus action move my hunter's mark to that goob.
There it is.
And as my action, I'm going to use my multi-tool, which is still in pistol config, so thunder damage as well. So that is 3 bullets going out.
Cool. Go for it.
Tactics. That's a hit. 28. There.
It's a hit.
Happy.
Yes. I want in on the conversation.
Dirty 20.
Hits.
25.
Yeah, that is.
Hit. Yeah. Okay. Just checking. I'm gonna all my d6s. Wait, hold on. Pistol. Oh, d10s.
I was gonna say, you did this to yourself. You chose to shoot 3 times with hunters.
At least I didn't spawn my minions.
You still gonna need 9d6s.
Oh. 14. 17. 30.
30. Nice. So Zahn, you stab your sword into the back of this thing, and you're kind of like wrenching it around and steering it a little bit so that it's between you and the rest of the people, and you just see chunks flying off of it as you hear 3 loud shots from Pez's pistol. You're getting a little gross little shower. Anything else, Pez?
Something else is gonna die.
I'm just gonna enjoy the scent of
Lunch.
burning lobster flesh.
All right. That brings us to Moriko with Lakin on deck.
Kill it.
I'm gonna cast Frostbite on the bitch.
Okay.
The one that Zahn is trying to rodeo.
Okay.
So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's up, Zahn?
Doesn't Frostbite also lower its movement speed?
If it fails,
10 feet.
yeah, if it fails.
No, it's just on its next weapon attack roll.
That's freezing ray.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have been thinking of Cone of Cold.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was a natural 1.
Oh yeah, you're fucked, bud.
Yeah, I'm back on form. I had my time in the sun.
So maximum damage already.
So that's 3d6.
Uh-huh.
So 18
You're
plus your
starting
dex.
off at 18.
Plus 7.
18 plus 7.
25. Yeah, I heard it being said, and I couldn't. How do you want to do this?
Just gonna aim for between the eyes.
Okay. So Zahn, you're roasting the bottom half. Pez is blasting its torso apart, and you feel more ichor splattering on you, and you look up, and the top, there's like a little channel where the head was, and it's just a but what's raining on you is not like ichor, it's like little ice cubes of like
Little ice
frozen
shards.
coagulated ice blood just trickling down on you, and your little rodeo ride starts going down into the water, and it's shallow enough here that you're kind of standing on a little island of corpse.
Claims this land in the name of Zahn.
Where's my flag?
Okay.
Anything else, man?
I am going to bonus action Misty Step.
There's the dead.
But I only get like 20 because I'm like on a diagonal.
Yeah, diagonals
Like-
are kind of weird.
Okay. So, oh.
It's not gonna let you because of the constraints of the wall.
Yeah, the angle, the dangle.
Yeah.
And then
It's
I'm
true.
going to move 30 more feet. This way.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my action, bonus action, and movement.
that brings us to Lakin. Kasumi, you're
Okay.
on deck.
So there's no other creatures.
Not that you can see. But as stated previously, during the fight, you had heard more noises coming from the entryway, the watery causeway. Which,
Then I'm a hold Eldritch Blast.
granted, just as kind of a reminder, the water is kind of moving in that direction, just as a reminder.
Yep. I'm gonna hold Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
For the next shootable target. That's all I can do.
Okay. Kasumi, you're up.
So I can't see any other creatures either.
Not at the moment.
I'm gonna get out of the water.
Okay.
Ew, 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 ew.
Out of here.
Gross. The water.
Okay, yeah. Go. So tiny. Is that 30 feet?
Yeah. You can zoom in with the mouse wheel, right?
Yeah, I know. but
Why
I'm
is it
trying to
not sticking
see.
in squares?
Yeah, I don't know how are you holding shift when you do that?
Yeah.
That's why it's not snapping. So if you just click and drag and then hit spacebar, it'll do it. Shift disables snapping.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Well, I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
And I'm also going to hold an action if any creatures come within 80 feet to shoot with the bow. So that's my turn.
Okay. Top of the round. Zon, you're on your little island. As you're on deck. Yeah.
Washing water. And this is knee high to about where? Did I notice? Like on the island, was it still about knee high?
It's tough to tell. The whole area is kind of wibbly wobbly. At certain places you'd be only ankle deep, other times you'd be thigh deep, and you would see Lakin just like drop. And these massive creatures in the middle of the room seem to just completely submerge themselves and then come back up again.
All right. Well, I'm gonna just move cautiously, 15 feet. Just
Okay. You're about waist high right there.
I will hold an action in case something gets within 10 feet of me again. Just looking around.
Okay.
Existing.
All right. Ez, you're up. Moriko, you're on deck.
With my hunter's mark not able to go nowhere else, because I'm pretty sure I won't be able to find the other critter that ran off. It just dissipates.
Okay.
So,
I mean, technically speaking, it lasts for a certain duration, and you can just...
I don't think it has to
Yeah.
go onto a target.
No, so
believe.
you still technically have it for an hour. So you have nowhere to put it, but you still have it for another hour.
It doesn't imply any disadvantage if I put it on an ally, right?
Technically, no.
I'm going to put it on Zon since I could still see Zon, just so I know where he is.
Zon, you get this weird itchy feeling. You're not sure why.
Zon will remember this.
Okay.
That's my bonus action.
Mhm.
For my action, I can't really do nothing, except to do something. such as an action.
Which would be...
Holy shnikes. Can I cast dancing lights and have it go 120 feet down the tunnel?
You need to be able to see where you're sending it, correct? I mean, I guess it says within range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, but then that'll take away my concentration on what's it called?
Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, I don't read Hunter's Mark anymore.
You putting dancing lights down the tunnel?
Yep, just to illuminate.
How far down were you doing it again? Sorry, can you...
120 feet. Let me measure. Do. Woo. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Nope. Hopefully that helps people.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That brings us to Moriko with Lakin on deck.
Do I hear any other movement other than everyone else?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
25.
25. Since everyone has stopped moving, and no more explosions have been going off in the last few seconds, at least at the moment, you're not hearing anything.
Okay. I'm gonna hold position and hold an action with my short bow.
Okay. Lakin, you're up. Kasumi, you're on deck.
So nothing happened within the last turn of me holding my turn.
Nothing.
Are we still in combat?
You're unsure. As of this moment, we are still technically in combat.
I'll hold Eldritch Blast again.
Okay. Kasumi, you're up.
She is going to try to look around a little bit more, so she's gonna bonus action dash. She's gonna kind of stay along the edge of like the cavern wall.
Okay.
You know what? Heck it, we'll go another 30 feet. Oop, did not mean to do that. We'll go another 30 feet.
Okay. So you skirt along the edge and
action, dash and
keeping on
dash.
land. Okay.
Yep. That's my turn.
Okay. As we reach the end of the round, with there being not much movement, the cavern falls silent once again, the water calming again. What is everyone doing as we, at the moment, leave combat?
Kasumi's gonna keep following that ledge. Kind of see what she can see over there.
Mariko's gonna follow after Kasumi.
Make a athletics check for me, or yeah, athletics. As you get closer to the edge, the space you have to walk, it gets thinner and thinner, and you're having to kind of like quasi climb.
Okay, so athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 12.
12. You get towards the edge and you're grabbing on, you feel a little bit underneath your foot slip. But it was just like a tiny pebble, just made your foot slide slightly. But you're able to hold on, and you peer around the corner, and you're able to see... Here, let me... With Pez's lights, you can see the tunnel goes far down the other way.
Okay.
But as of right now, you see no movement, you hear no sounds. Apart from the heavy breathing of your companions behind you from combat they just endured, there's no other sounds.
Okay.
Is anyone else doing anything?
Watching Kasumi.
I'm gonna keep trying to follow after Kasumi.
Okay. How much further around are you trying to follow after her?
Just keeping a good distance
Okay.
from her. Make sure nothing tries to attack her.
Anyone else? What's the plan? What are you guys doing?
I'm going to like point with my tail to head nerf.
Nerf.
We want to go this way?
The water seems to be flowing that way.
Okay.
I will grab Kobold and begin heading north.
Does the water look pretty deep? Like right at the ledge, like where she's at?
You cannot see the bottom.
Okay. I'm gonna misty step to the other side.
Where are you trying to misty step to?
Over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Okay.
She's just gonna kind of wait for everyone else to catch up if we're gonna start heading this way.
Okay. Let me ask the group this. Do we want to keep going for a little bit, or are we starting to lose a bit of steam?
I am struggling to stay awake, personally.
Okay.
I just worked 6 days straight, dude.
Okay. Well, we will put a pause here as the excitement of combat comes to a bit of a close, and the group starts to explore more of this cave network that they have stumbled upon. So, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We will see what other horrors and excitement might be waiting the Tempests for the next time that we're back in here doing this fun stuff. So, anyone got anything else that they want to say or mention?
No.
Join us in the Discord. We're lonely.
Not that lonely. We could always do with more friends, but we're not lonely. Anyway, thank you all again so much for watching or listening. We'll see you the next time that we go live. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Fools and Flagons podcast. If you enjoyed this past adventure of the Tales of Archeron, you can catch us live on Fridays at twitch.tv/Fools and Flagons.